to another edition of the Chicks on the Right podcast. Today is going to be a deep dive podcast with a very special guest.
So excited.
Own producer, Valen, who is joining us for a very specific reason and a very specific topic. And that is the slang and the vernacular that is common with not only your generation, Valen, but also Z's. But also the generation younger than yours, which apparently we're going by Gen Alpha now, right?
This is Gen Alpha. Yeah. I don't know what the one after that's going to be, but yes, it's just Z's and A's. So Valen is the SME. She's the subject matter expert. And I said before we went on, I was like, she's a SME. Valen's like, what the heck is that? What's a SME?
I definitely thought it meant like a small version of me, like a mini me.
It's like a tiny Valen. No, it's a subject matter expert, which is a Gen X term, I think, and a boomer term probably. SME.
Yeah. And it's a corporate term, right? Like you wouldn't necessarily know that if you're not in the corporate world. No. But before we get into all of the rigmarole of the words and the phrases and how like chuggy we may or may not be for using them.
Oh my God, you just said chuggy.
We have to talk about a brand new sponsor of ours that we're super, super stoked about, and that is Aura. Mm-hmm. So Aura is a way to prevent data brokers from selling your information, your personal information to scammers and spammers and anyone else who might want to target you for nefarious purposes. So you've probably gotten a letter maybe more than once from somebody that says, oh, your name was released on a list of, there was a data breach and now all of your personal information is at risk. And when you are an Aura subscriber, you don't have to worry about that because they have got your back. And so it's a new sponsor of the show. Aura shows you exactly what data brokers are selling your information, what information of yours they're selling, and they automatically opt out for you. Like they send out all the opt-out requests for you, but there's so much more that they do that you would actually have to pay a whole bunch of different companies to get the same kind of services. We're talking credit monitoring, we're talking password managers, antivirus protection, so many things. And the greatest part about them is that you can basically just go to aura.com/chicks. You can get a 14-day free trial and know immediately if any of your data is compromised, which you found out when you signed up.
There were four. Yeah, I was compromised. Like four people. They alerted me immediately that I was in 4 data breaches, and then they took care of it. Because and God only knows how long that had been going on, but yeah, they took care of it immediately for me, which is really nice. And then they can do it for your family. You can have your kids on it, your family members. It's fantastic. It's wonderful service. So
it really is. So check it out. Aura.com/chicks. Okay, so how do we want to begin? Because there are so many words. I tried to have a conversation with my son this morning, and I was like, am I allowed to say this? What is that? And he was like, can you just please consult Urban Dictionary and leave me alone?
Or just shut up altogether, Mom. Just shut up. Because they don't want to say.
Urban Dictionary can be dangerous, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be dangerous. The only thing that I know is bougie. I know
bougie is a word.
I say the word bougie all the time because like if somebody has something that's fancy, I'll think that I'm really cool and I'll be like, that's so bougie.
I think it's a timeless word.
Yeah, I feel like I fit in if I say that. But pretty much anything on this list that we have, and because we have a little bit of a list of Gen Z slang, I like ASF is as F, like as
or AF or is there an S now?
ASF is just like a slang term. It's short for as fuck, you guys. That's what it's short for. Where did
the S come from? I thought it was just AF.
It's ASF. It's what they have as a slang term. And I'm assuming that like that's the thing. It used to be for like the millennials. I thought it was just AF and now it's ASF. And then they have ASL, which is as hell. And so
okay, wait a minute, Valen. Please confirm. I know,
because I
thought it was AF. Is it not?
Do you write this down? Do you write it, Valen?
I'm not gonna lie. This one is pretty new to me.
Is it new?
I would, if I was me, still AF.
AF. Okay. Yeah, it's AF.
You would just say AF. Do you say as hell? Do you say AL or ASL? See, ASL to me is like almost like something as a second language. I don't know.
Yeah,
It just seems
that's exactly what I was thinking. Was
I'm thinking
American Sign
ESL.
Language?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's American Sign Language. Yeah.
That seems like someone tried to do AF and then autocorrected it and then it just stuck.
Yeah. It's just totally weird. So another thing that we've talked about over the past, over the past week, really, because we had like a major hoe that we talked about on our show, and early this morning actually, was body count. Body count is a big thing, and I think everybody knows what body count is.
I mean, it's just the number of people that you've had relations of an intimate nature with, right?
That's right. How many people you've boinked. And so we all know what that is. And then a clapback, and then you're the queen of clapbacks. I do know what that is too.
I am?
Yeah, you're really good at. Yeah, because I mean, I feel like it's kind of like our the thing that we have on our site where it's like the wall of shame.
Wall of shame.
Yeah, you're all over Twitter. You're all over Twitter with clapbacks.
Mock is she kind of did the clapback before it was called a clapback.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I don't mind being a clapback queen.
Right.
I don't mind that.
We just call it the wall of shame, and we just did it, and we didn't call it a clapback. So they've just put a name with it. And then there's certain, there are certain things that like glow up. I understand what a glow up is. We've talked about that. And goat. Yeah. We've been using the phrase goat for a really long time. But there was this one that I didn't know. And like Gen Alpha is using it. And this is a weird phenomenon. And I totally blame the Kardashians. And that's gat.
That's the one I asked my son about this morning, and he was mortified.
Was he like totally embarrassed?
Mortified. Yeah.
He was embarrassed.
I was like, what's gat? And he was like, please don't ask me that. And I was like, why? And I had the two definitions in front of me, and I knew that one of them stood for get your act together, and the other one was like something about like big
girl,
asses
your
or
ass
something.
is thick. It's girl, your ass is thick.
And so he probably was thinking it was the latter, and that's why he didn't want to have the conversation with me.
Yeah.
So I was like, which one of these acronyms does it mean to you? And he was like, it's the one about the asses. Can you please just go to Urban Dictionary now and never talk to me again? It was kind of like that.
I'm not going to lie. I feel him on that one. I don't know how I'd feel about my mom to ask me that.
I know. It's like your mom asking you about girls' butts. But see, that's the thing, because it used to be, Gen Xers and Boomers, it used to be that we didn't want to have these enormous butts. But now it's like the popular thing now is to have these big, juicy butts. And I totally blame the Kardashians for that.
Yeah, there's like, you guys know there's like two types of butts.
What are the two types of butt?
So you can have like a wide, kind of like a tractor trailer when it goes like this, which usually just means like you were more born like that, or you got like a BBL, or you can have a shelf ass. So that usually means you work out, because instead of going side, it goes to the back.
Okay.
So you can either have a shelf.
Okay.
You can either have a shelf or a wide. No.
Right. It's not wide. It's just like it sticks out more from the side. Like when you have a profile and then it sticks out, you can put a plant on that. Like you can shove something on it.
Yeah.
Or remember, like Kim Kardashian had that champagne glass. Remember?
Exactly.
Yes. So she's wide and she could put a plant on it, or a champagne glass.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for that.
Yeah. She has definitely paid a lot of money for her ass.
So it's thick. Sure. But thick now is used as a compliment. Like if you say that girl is thick, and it's like 2 C's, right? Like it's 2 C's you spell it with.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Like, and now girls apparently want to be thick. Boys want girls to be thick. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
There was like a viral video that went out when I was in high school, and it was a guy in court, and he said, "Girl, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal." And that was like a good thing.
Love that so much. That is the greatest. And then if sometimes like if their butt is so big, they can be shook.
You can be shook. Are you still using that? Is that still a word that people use?
Yeah, I use shook as in like, I don't know if I've never researched. Maybe if someone's butt was like really big, shook to me is like shocked.
Right.
Like that had me
exactly
shocked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That had me shook.
I think shooketh is another like conjugation of that word.
Shooketh.
Do people still say fleek? Is that a thing still? Or
oh my
no?
God, no.
Yeah, I would feel
Jackson told me it was absolutely not. No one says that anymore.
I would definitely feel kind of weird if someone texted me, "You look on fleek." I'd be like,
really?
Like, what?
So isn't it funny that you like, you know, now you get shamed if you use some of the old words, the words from the olden times,
the days of yore. I'm trying to think of one that we had, like back as Gen Xers.
What does
like,
brick mean to you?
What is what?
Brick.
Brick?
Brick?
Brick
guys
is something
both
that I
can't.
use to build a house. I mean, it's like, I
I've
can't
never
even.
heard- yeah, I don't know.
What
is
is
that?
it? What is it?
To me, brick means like a long period of time. So if I haven't seen someone since college, I'd be like, I haven't seen you in a brick. But a lot of people from different places, like my boyfriend where he's from, he thinks it means like cold. Like he'll be like, it's brick outside.
Oh my. What?
Mhm.
I've never heard either of those.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I've
I
never
feel like that
heard
one's pretty common too, brick.
I've
Oh
never
my
heard that.
gosh.
What about bussin? Do you use the word bussin or bussy? There's
Yeah,
both.
bussin', like it's good. Like that was bussin'. That was
That's
gas or
good.
that was bussin'. Means it was like
Gas?
really good.
You
Yeah,
say
like
gas or bussin?
Is it good?
both.
Is it like is it a certain kind of thing that you use to describe goodness? Like, is it food or music or like clothing, or can it just be widely applied to anything that's good?
widely applied? But I feel like a lot of times people will be like, oh, like we're like my friend will be like, I got this for lunch, and I'll be like, that sounds gas. That's bussin'.
Gas.
Yeah,
That's bussin. Oh my God, I've never. Like, I would sound so stupid if I said that. I'd be like, wow, that salad looks bussin'. That. You know what I mean? I'd sound
You can't
like,
say it.
I can't do it.
You're
can't.
not allowed.
It just doesn't work with me. You know what I mean? I would be like, wow, that
You can't.
that nice that
you got
midlife woman friendly salad looks very bussin'.
You're not allowed to ever say that again, please.
No.
You guys
what about
know it,
dead? Everybody says dead, and they use the
Oh, yeah.
skull emoji all the time. Like the skull emoji is almost overused, and like I feel like I use more emojis than my daughter, and I don't know if like.
But you use the crying, laughing one, which I do too, and that shows our
You're not-
age big time.
Right. You're not and like laughter, they don't use the laughter emojis. Like they'll use the I'm dead
The
emoji.
skull.
No, you're not. You're just laughing. You're not dead. What is that? Like it's a skull. And that's supposed to somehow depict that they're dying laughing.
Mhm.
So
that's a good one. I feel like out of all of them, that one kind of makes sense. Like when you're rolling around the ground, you're like dead. I'm dying.
okay,
Like,
all right.
Or like I've heard people say like if I say something really funny, they'll be like that like set me 6 feet under because it was like
I like that. I actually like
Okay,
that. I think
all
that's
right.
kind of
But I
fun.
feel bad for the emojis that are getting unused. You know?
Well, we're using them enough for the world.
You and I both, just the two of us together. Because there's like, listen, there's there's the plain laugh emoji, then there's the sideways laugh emoji. Where it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
yes.
It's like, I feel like they're way underused.
But you
At least
guys,
by-
there is I just saw an article that says Gen Alpha says if you use these slang words, you are officially old.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, slay. Slay is out. No more slang.
Oh God, I think
I
I've
feel
used
like
that in the past
slay's
week.
out unless you're gay. I feel like gay people can still
Oh
use
my
slay.
God. Okay,
Really?
so gay people can still say it.
Yeah, and I would be like, oh, but like if like one of my straight friends said it, I'd be like, but like if my gay guy friend said it, I'd be like, slay.
Be like, slay all day, bitch. Slay all day. Okay.
Okay, now
All
and
right.
here's another one that I asked Jackson about this morning. I was like, do you guys still say bet? Like, to kind of put the okay or agree, like if I wanted Jackson, if I wanted him to do something, I'd be like, can you, throw a load of laundry in? He'd be like, bet. And that would mean like, okay, or I'm in affirmative, like affirmation of what you just said.
Why couldn't he just say, okay?
What? Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being ridiculous. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But he told me this morning that it's becoming used less and less, and that if they use it, they say bet that.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
just like, why are you?
That's easier to
complicating
say. Way easier to say than okay.
That ages me because I still use that one every day.
Do you really?
Really?
No, I don't really say it out loud though. But I text like if my friend will be like, I'm coming over to pick up something at 4, I'll just say bet. If I say okay, it sounds kind of like sassy. Like if someone texts me back and says okay, I'm like, we have an issue?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That is so funny.
Okay,
oh my
we say okay all the time. So you're probably like Gen X just has a major attitude. They just
there was a TikTok of a guy. Didn't we play it? The guy that gets all. No, I may not have played that in our other show. A guy that was like, if you are a person who has anxiety and always thinks everyone is mad at you, do not ever, like, if you know a person like that, do not ever text them the letter K, and don't. And that's like the worst thing that you can text somebody that is like super anxious. You can't do that.
We do it all. I do it all the time. That's like. That's my stock response to so many people. I mean, I'm just like, okay.
Oh no. See, they will all think you're mad at them.
And probably done it to Valen. Now I feel bad.
You guys don't do it to me, but sometimes in like a group message when you guys are going back and forth with each other, you'll say it and I can't tell if you guys are getting catty or not. Or if you're just
God, I love this. I love every bit of this.
I'm not getting catty. That's just like an easy thing to type. It's just K.
That's just. I think that is a generational thing. That is just that is a difference between the generations. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it got even worse because this guy who was like the super anxious, always thinks everybody is mad at him kind of guy was like, it's marginally better if you put okay, like those two letters. It's better still if you say OKAY and then an emoji. And then he feels like, okay, they're not mad at me. Like, it's absolutely out of control.
That guy needs some major therapy. Oh my God, he needs to talk to somebody that's going to tell him that it's okay.
Hey, smiley face, heart.
With a smiley face, heart, and a hug. Oh my God.
It's definitely generational thing because my mom thought at first, like in high school, if you do like, haha, my mom thought that was like rude, like so rude. She was like, are you like laughing at me? And I was like, no, it's like I was like laughing at something you said. And I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. I was like, it's not like that.
Oh,
and like,
so you should have used the crying laughing emoji and you would have been fine because she would have been like, oh, she's totally cracking up at what I said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Mock, you said cap, no cap or cap.
Yeah, cap.
What's
cap
that?
means no lie. Like that is for real. True.
Is that okay? Should she be saying that, Fallon? That's okay.
I don't.
I use it still.
You still use you say cap and no cap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then what about
the period with the T?
Wait, for period? No cap, you know what people do too? You can really literally write no and then put the hat emoji. I think that's a little outdated, but people still do that.
Say that again. Say that again.
You put no and then the emoji that's a ball cap.
To just shorten it so you don't have to type out cap.
No cap.
Yeah.
God, that is so... Yeah. That's so what's the word?
Text is like a third language. Like you gotta like learn it.
Well, why? So can you explain why people put the letter T at the end of period? What is that?
Do you do that?
I don't.
No.
I'm talking about
people do it.
No, I mean I say period as in like.
But you don't put a T at the end of that word, do you?
No.
Okay, because that's a thing, apparently. Okay. That's a thing that people do. I don't know why.
The word, I see it a lot of this word, and that's simp. I see simp everywhere now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my kid uses that all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Simp is so that's somebody who's like overly like affectionate. That's like somebody who's being overly affectionate in a relationship. Somebody who's sort of being like a giant
like a doormat
wuss.
A little bit. Yeah. It's more like
you're fawning too much. You're fawning.
I would say most conservative men are not simps.
Okay. Liberal dudes tend to be simps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
and then based. This is a new word that like you see it all the time now, and I don't even care what generation you are. I see it across generations.
I see it everywhere too. Mm-hmm. But it's the opposite. It's the opposite of woke, isn't it?
Kind of. I mean, it's that, and it's like there's the implication when you see somebody tweet something and somebody else says based, and it's just a one-word sentence. There's that connotation of anti-wokeness, but also they're complimenting that person for just saying what they believe without shame and without fear of reprisal, right? Like it's based because they don't give a shit if their opinion offends anyone, they're going to say it anyway.
Yeah, they don't care
it's
about
all
being
that wrapped in.
They don't care about being canceled.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just don't care.
And that's used in your generation too. It's like across the board. Okay.
I would say my friends that don't know anything about politics, I don't think they would use that word.
Oh, okay. It's more a political word only?
Not a political word only, but I would say they use it less.
Okay.
Like,
that's
if they're in different different industries. And
Yeah.
no, my daughter is a Gen Alpha. She's a Gen Alpha. So, and I know that she has maybe not used it herself, but I've heard her saying with friends, like other friends have said, yeet.
Yeah. Throw
I don't-
forcefully. I know
Is
that
that
one.
what that is? That how do you know that?
I know that. I know so many of the words. It's just that I don't use them because
Use
I know
them.
it'll embarrass my kid.
Well, I'd be embarrassed for you if you use the word yeet. I just because
But if you yeet something across the room, like that's a really great word. It just makes it so easy. Like you yeet a pencil or a pen or something. You yeet something across. That's a great word. I love that word.
And there's an actual, like there are tenses of this word. So past tense of yeet
Yeah.
is yote.
No.
That's what I'm reading.
That seems.
Yeeted.
That seems.
No.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's
I don't think that's
you
right.
yeeted it, and then yote is past tense.
I'm just saying I would
Yeeted
not
is
walk
past
around saying
tense.
yote. What did you say, yote?
Yote. Yote. I have yote as being past tense. I don't know. It could be wrong. That's what I'm seeing here.
That
So
sounds
that's
wrong
that.
because
What
I think
about-
it's yeeted.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to rewrite the definition. What about zesty? It's gay. It's
Kind of, yeah. Like,
zesty.
That's gay.
Gay. Mm-hmm. It's
That's just what that
effeminately
means?
flamboyantly gay.
Oh,
Zesty.
yeah, like if me and my boyfriend were taking a photo together and he like popped his hep out, I'd be like, "Stop! You look zesty. Like, you're looking zesty."
Yes. Yes.
Gosh. Okay, I want to use that. Can I use that? Am I allowed?
I think we both should be able to use that one because I like that.
That's
Yeah.
a fun
Zesty's-
one.
Do you guys know what
Zesty's good.
Do you guys know what out of pocket means? I feel like that's a.
No. What's out of pocket? I don't
It
know
means
that.
because what do you guys think it means to you?
Like
out of pocket to us in our corporate world meant we're going to be out of the office or unavailable to be reached for a while. I'll be out of pocket from 2 to 4.
out of pocket. Right. We used to say that. But I mean,
Yeah.
like for you, I think if I were to guess what you guys are using as, it would be like out of pocket is like out of hand, like something I'm doing something that's different, out of hand.
Yeah, but yeah, there you go. It's kind of like I think you guys are out of pocket sometimes, but in like a funny way.
Like, I don't know what that means.
Like sometimes it like kind of like you say something that everyone's thinking, but like no one else says out loud. I'll be like,
Okay.
like if you guys said something like that was out of pocket, like
It's
like-
out of pocket.
like
So it's
sometimes-
like crazy.
yeah, like sometimes my roommate from New York, my college roommate was from New York, and the things she would say would be so out of pocket.
I still don't get it. Like, I don't understand what that means exactly.
It's kind of crazy, kind of out. It's kind of out there. It's not. It bucks the norms. Is that kind of
Okay.
what I'm hearing? It's like out of the ordinary. Out of it's not what you hear people say normally. Is that what I'm? That's what I'm hearing.
Kind of, but like usually it's like slightly offensive, but like it's kind of
Okay.
like something that like a lot of people were thinking. Like I'm trying, like something you guys say on like your daily show and like about
That
like
sounds
people
like
being
us.
overweight. Like that might have been out of pocket, but like it
But
was
we said
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. All
like
right.
something that normally would be held back, but it's like the
Yes.
person's just saying it, like just
Yep.
putting it out there, like out of the pocket. It's
Yep.
no longer
Okay.
hidden in the pocket.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And
I'm
the
trying
one I love that I know you guys use all the time is it's giving. Like it's giving.
It's giving
Whatever
yes.
vibes
It's
or
giving
whatever.
something vibes. Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
love that one. I
So
like
that's like I wouldn't say the generation like right below me because like me and my friends just started using that and like we feel like we're using a younger people's term. So it's kind of
it.
weird.
Really?
But like we like it. Like it's like giving. Yeah.
It's giving something. It's giving.
It's giving my age is what it's giving.
Right. Like it's
Oh my
somebody
gosh.
has like if somebody has one of those like feline faces or whatever, you'll be like, it's giving Kim Kardashian. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Look at
That's
you.
what she'll say. I know, right?
You guys,
I mean, look at me.
before, because we have to get to this like car line video that
Uh-huh.
Daisy found, because we're gonna need some serious help unraveling that
Mhm.
mystery. But before we do that, can we talk about skincare really fast?
Of
Because not
course.
all of us can look like Valen. Some of us that are
Right.
older need the help, and we get the help from our friends at genucell.com/chicks. Right now, they have like this amazingly high tech, like next generation spaceship level, like crazy high tech Gen 90 product. That's an anti-wrinkle product that you can put wherever you might be suffering from
I use it
from
on my
wrinkles.
forehead. And you know what? And when I put it on, it's giving teenager is what it's doing. It's amazing, you guys. It's true.
Right? I love that
Right? I'm
phrase
going to
so
totally
much.
use this. I know, it's fantastic.
But it is giving you that
It is.
glow, the
amazing.
anti-wrinkle glow. And it's part of the most popular package of Genucel right now, which of course is over 70% off. This is a Valentine's special. So if you're looking to treat yourself or someone else in your life that maybe you want to not say, girl, you got some wrinkles going on, but you want to you want to tell them that without telling them that.
In. Yeah.
You don't want to put that totally out of pocket, but if you want to tell them that without telling them that, maybe just gift them the most popular package from genucel.com/chicks. It's GENUCEL.com/chicks. And don't forget to use code chicks at
Do it. No
checkout.
cap. No cap.
All right. So tell what
okay, well,
is
this chick,
video?
okay, so there is a difference between Gen Z and Gen Alpha. I mean, kind of like Valen was saying, there's a little bit of a difference. Okay, so Gen Alpha, I think the cutoff is 2010. I think they're born in 2010. I think that's around the time because my daughter is a 2010 baby. And so she's considered Gen Alpha. And this is the age group where I think, 2010, the Instagram was born and the iPad was launched, and these kids are very tech savvy. They don't know anything except for tech. I mean, I think even Valen's generation, they can talk to humans and still, be human. Whereas the Gen Alphas are unless you force them to not be, they're in their screens, they're very screen oriented and very computer oriented and tech oriented.
iPad kids.
They're they were raised with iPads. They were raised with phones. And so they don't know any different. And they're very savvy when it comes to technology. And so they talk that way too. And this mom she's a millennial, which, we're not millennials. Obviously I'm raising an alpha. I'm a Gen Xer raising an alpha. This is a millennial who's raising an alpha. And so I think the parenting is a little bit different from a Gen Xer as opposed to a millennial. But obviously, because I'm not anything like this chick in this video, but she's in Carline. And so she does a little video during Carline and she does the trends. And so you can see
of what you wear or
of what they wear, what they do. She has a series, she has a whole TikTok account and she'll do daily trend alerts of what Gen Alphas are doing in school, whether it's about what they're wearing, what they're doing, how they're talking, that sort of thing. Anyways, this is a millennial mom talking about Gen Alphas.
Report live update from my daughter's middle school pickup line. Do not even think about wearing pants that even hint at being tight. Don't even try it. A straight leg jean is barely making the mark. If you do anything, if you listen to anything, that's the takeaway. Starface, pimple patches are social currency. They are also a replacement for money, I've been told. So you can trade them for other things. But they're absolutely an accessory, not just a necessity. But they're both. Early 2000s haircuts on the boys. My daughter calls them Chad cuts. I don't know if that's colloquial to Southern California and LA or if that's universal, but they're around. The flippy, the long, they're back. Hoodies, hoodies, hoodies. There is ne'er a cardigan in sight. There are barely jackets. It's all about hoodies. I'll report back next week.
Okay. So she has a whole series of these. For the fry, I can't get. It's hard for me to get past the fry.
It's awful to listen to that.
Right? And she wears a lot of stuff too. I saw in one of her videos, she has one of those pimple patches on her face. So I mean,
kids are wearing those to school.
I guess my daughter is an 8th grader, and she's never worn a pimple patch to school. So maybe it's a California thing and not a Texas thing. The kids are not wearing pimple patches to schools, at least at her Texas school. So
that would have been social suicide when I grew up,
right? And that's the thing. Times have changed. And now I look at her and I think, God, I cannot imagine my mother doing a trend report from the car line, my mom. A boomer. Can you imagine your mother, Sophie?
No.
Doing
oh my God. Absolutely not.
Trend report. Can you imagine? No skinny jeans. No skinny jeans. And like hoodies. Can you imagine our boomer moms doing this shit? I mean, I'm just like, I'm watching this and I'm thinking times have changed to the point where it's the moms are sort of, they kind of emulate their kids now. Whereas, I don't know, I just think it's just different. Everything is so different now. Whereas our generation and the generation before us, it's like we're moms, you know, like I don't know, it's a different kind of momming than this momming. Whereas I think
does that lady ever show her kid or that kid or her kid's reaction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what does her kid think about the videos?
I don't know about the reaction to the videos. I don't know what her kid thinks of the videos, but you know, she's got a very like we're BFF sort of relationship with her kids. You know, she's got 2 little girls, and I don't know about a father. I don't know if there's a father around at all, but it's you know, she's wearing the things and doing the things, and she's kind of hip like her. It's just different than it was with when we grew up. Our moms were, you know, they all looked like B. Arthur and Golden Girls. You know what I mean? It's like all the moms look like moms, and now the moms are like kids. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just it's such a generational thing. They all look younger, and maybe it's because we're older. But I honestly think that it's a generational shift. And so they're parenting in a way where it's like, I want to know what the trends are, and it's very much of that. It's kind of like the scene in Mean Girls where Amy Poehler is the mom. She's like, I'm the cool mom. You know, you can do anything. I'm just the cool mom. And so there's a lot of those cool moms out there doing the TikTok videos and wearing the things that their daughters wear, and just and it's generational. It really is.
I feel like there's probably like a lot of pressure on moms now too to know the trends, because like at a younger age, if you don't know the trends, it's like you become like an outcast. Like I've seen those viral videos everywhere. It's like I would be like, I'm a producer. Of course and like I saw one and it was little girls going, I'm Gen Alpha. Of course I care about skincare. I'm Gen Alpha. Of course I shop at Sephora. And I was like,
right.
And they were like little itty bitties. And I was like, I did not know about Sephora until probably like senior year of high school.
Yeah. And this is the thing. There have been a lot of videos on Gen Alpha and how these young girls are shopping at Sephora and shopping at Ulta and doing all this skincare. And like when you see their videos of these little girls and they're all doing their skincare because you know how nowadays when people do videos, they're either putting on makeup or they're taking off makeup or they're eating something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's get ready with me or like watch me have lunch.
And so these little girls are they're doing skincare, and a lot of their skincare is like this ridiculously expensive skincare, and they're little, but somebody had to buy it for them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're out working. So somebody bought that. Somebody drove them to Sephora and took them there. And that is they're saying like that is their Disneyland now, these little girls.
I feel like it's such a tough battle because like one of my friends has a young mom, like not a young mom. One of my friends, her sister's a young mom, and she tried not to give her son like a cell phone. Yeah. And like it just he got like bullied because like he couldn't talk to anyone. And it was like 5th grade. And I was like, what? She was trying to do the right thing, but then like, what do you do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that with social, Valen. Like, because I mean, Miriam and I have talked about this a lot, and we've talked about it a lot in podcasts too. With social, there are a lot of conservatives that'll say, "Don't give your kids social media. You shouldn't have social media. They can't have it until they're 18." And there are a lot of really high-profile conservative pundits that will say that. But at the same time, there's also at least part of me, I believe, like at some point they're going to have it. So to me, it's like having a gun. Like you got to train them on how to use the gun properly, or else they're just going to have a gun in their hand one day and they're not going to know how to use it. So I let my daughter have one social media platform and I just stalk her on it and we basically manage it together. And that way she learns how to do it. So by the time she is a teenager or she's out of my house, she'll have the foundation on how to use it. And I feel like you kind of did the same thing with your son.
Yeah, for sure.
And you just stalk them. Them.
You have to stalk them.
Yeah.
Can I ask Valen about one more term before we what's the term for bug? Like, do you still say bug out, or do you say before we bounce, or
bounce.
What's the word for?
Do you say bounce? How do you say get out? Is it bounce, get bug out,
or before we say goodbye?
I would say let's dip.
Let's dip.
I've never heard that.
Okay, well before we dip.
Yeah.
Before we dip, do you refer to people who you look down on a little bit or who you think are kind of dumb? Do you refer to them as NPCs?
No.
Oh my God, what is that? What is an NPC?
Okay,
That's a new one. That might have
my
aged
kid
me.
uses that. So NPC, the actual like what it stands for is non-playable character. So you guys have
What?
seen those weird TikToks and reels and stuff of people that just pretend that they're kind of robots and they're like,
Yes.
and then they get, you've seen them. So, and then they get so much money for being like an NPC. And they're like
the girl
characters
that's
from
like,
those
"Thank you
video
for the
games.
rose."
Yes,
It's like that
yes,
chick.
yes.
Thank you for the rose.
Thank you for the rose. Yes. Those are NPCs. Okay. That's what
Oh
they
my
are.
God.
Like, but my son said now they call just people that they know. If they look down at that person, if they think that person is just
That's
like an
derogatory.
idiot, it's derogatory. They'll be like,
Yeah.
that dude's such an NPC. They'll
Oh
say
my
that about people.
Gosh. So this
So you
is
don't
the
use
thing.
that one.
No, but I'm gonna start to. That's
Fallon's like, I like it. And I know people who are NPCs. Yeah.
yeah.
This is the thing. Cause it's like such a tech has, it is just like infiltrated their culture. You know,
Yeah.
think about all the words and the phrases that they use where tech is such a huge part of it. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you say we're
it's
going to
nuts.
dip? We're going to dip. Is that what we're going to do?
Well, we're going to dip as soon as we remind people about the fabulous, fabulous products that they can get at mypillow.com/chicks, because I had to yell at people earlier this week about not trying the MyPillow towels. Like what?
What is wrong with people?
Are there still people that haven't done that?
We can call them NPCs.
You are
And they-
totally an NPC
You
if
really
you've not
are.
tried a
What's wrong with
MyPillow
you?
towel.
Okay.
Oh my
boomer.
God.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a MyPillow towel. And the towels, the bedding, all the things that you love from MyPillow, or maybe you just haven't tried yet, so you don't know you love them. Everything is on mega sale right now. 50% off, for example, the MyPillow 2.0 version. So please visit mypillow.com/chicks. Enter code chicks at checkout. You'll get free shipping no matter how much you order or how big the item is that you're ordering. It's free shipping right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, so take advantage. mypillow.com/chicks. And then use code chicks.
Yeah.
And
listen,
now
we
can dip.
we need to make sure that everybody gives Valen lots of love in the comments because she didn't know she was going to be doing this today.
No, we sprung it on her.
We sprung it on her. She had no preparation, nothing, not a thing. And we were like,
But
hey, you're going to
slayed.
do. What did we tell you, boomer? You're not supposed to do that.
Did I kill it?
But she just like jumped right in, you know, because she's always willing to help and she's awesome and we love her. So you guys make sure you give her lots of love in the comments.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.